All right, we are back with another Drive Across 65 weekly MLB ranking show. I'm going to try to get these out on Wednesdays. Wednesday moving day feels like a better day to put out the ranking show than Sunday moving day. Um, First and foremost, shout out to the guys down at Goodwood in Louisville. Gave me a t shirt today. Never heard of the show, didn't know anything about it, but I told them I'd wear it on the show tonight. So, not an official sponsor, but they gave me a free t shirt and they can't deny that. So, shout out to Goodwood, man. So we're gonna dive straight into it. The weekly MLB rankings. A lot of movement as far as the Drive Across 65 is concerned. Um, as always, 21 through 30, depending on the day, the matchup, the pitching, the lineup. You can shuffle most of these teams and make an argument for any of them. We're going to lead off with what is consensus the worst team in the MLB. That is the Royals coming in at number 30. Uh, I wish I could say dropped from the number 30, but they were number 30 last week also. Followed by the Tigers, RIP to El Magico, Javier Baez. That guy, feel bad for him almost. Um, Nationals dropping from 28 to 28. Again, just a bad team. I wish I had something positive to say about them. At least they've won a World Series lately. Number 27, dropping a spot from 26, the Oakland A's. Any of these four teams, when they play each other, are just going to beat each other up and not prove anything. You play them in a 3-game series, they'll split it 2-2 in a 3-game series. They're bad. Coming in, I got the Reds at 26, moving up just a spot. They're kind of good. I mean, they don't have really any names, but they're kind of good. They're better than the other bad teams. Coming in at 25, dropping from number 21. I gave the Marlins the 21 spot because they couldn't hit, but they could pitch. And then Alcantara, Sandy got lit up against the Phillies. I think they hung 9 on them, 15 in the game. And they're back right where they should be at number 25 for a team that can't hit. Number 24, this is going to ruffle some feathers. Dropping 14 spots from number 10, we have the Houston Astros. They are bad. I mean, they are bad. They are not a good team. There's teams, we'll get to them, the Dodgers, the Angels, teams that are just medium teams, mid teams that you expect to beat up on bad teams and to compete or lose to the good teams. But the Astros are they're not even beating the bad team. They're just bad, and they're cheaters. Coming in at number 23, dropping 12 spots, even though they did just hang 15 on the Marlins as the Phillies. They can't figure it. I don't know what they're doing. You can make an argument for them, give them a couple extra spots, like I said, after they put 15 up last week, but they're not that great. Dropping, there's been a ton of movement in this rankings this week. Dropping from the 4th spot to number 22, the St. Louis can't hit Cardinals. They just haven't gotten it going. I'm sure they will. I'm sure that they'll get it going. Just they're not right now. We don't judge off of what we think, how they're going to finish, or what they will be. It's product on the field, and right now they're just not putting a great product on the field. Contreras, I thought was going to be huge for them. He's just been a miss. Goldsmith hadn't got it going. Arnaldo hadn't got it going. Some weird spots for them. Dropping 8 spots, we have the White Sox coming in at number 21, and they're not helping themselves out. They just lost Tim Anderson, I think, to the 10-day, maybe the 15-day. They're getting walked off, bunted against the Twins. Cease did well the other day. Lance went 100 pitches, still took the loss. That was pretty gross. They're just not a good team right now. With that being said, another bad team, but we're going to put them in the top 20 is the Giants. They're not good. They found their bats a little bit. Uh, they're not good. I don't have anything positive to say. Jock Peterson, that's about the best I can say about them. But they're playing right now better than the 20 through 25 teams. Number 19, moving up 6 spots from number 25 last week. We have the Pirates. They're playing well. They're beating up on other bad teams and mediocre teams. Keep an eye on them. I feel like somebody just got hurt. His name will come to me. I'll drop it like right here. Who got hurt? It was a big deal, but right now, product on field, they're looking good. Dropping 1 spot, we got the Rockies at number 18. They're hitting the ball. They did just lose Marquez. He's out with a forearm issue. I can't find a better 2-3-4 hole in any other lineup. Even Profar, I believe, had a leadoff home run today. They're 2-3-4 spots. Crone, Bryant, and Blockman, they're good. Dropped them a spot. They don't have pitching. Moving up 6 spots, and they better not win tonight. You all probably already know the result by the time this comes out. The Red Sox, they're playing better. They got old man Rich Hill on the hill tonight. Just beat the Rays. Just beat the Rays. I don't care. If I lose that unit and a half, I got invested. I don't care. Just beat the Rays. Moving up 6 spots, we got the Diamondbacks. I cannot name a single player or pitcher on that team. They're playing well. They're competing against bigger name teams, bigger ball clubs. I believe they have a Rojas on that team somewhere. Zach Davies, he's a pitcher on that team. That's about all I got for them. They're not really on my radar. Dropping a spot to number 15 from number 14, we have the Padres. Blake Snell is not good. They have a strong 2-3-4 spot. Also, not as strong as I don't believe the Rockies, but we do have a future on them. Don't love our spot right now. They got fine pitching. Jumping 6 spots. They're finally meshing. The Angels at number 14. Trout, Shohei, they're finally figuring it out. They're getting it together. Again, brought up 6 spots. They're doing their thing. A team I don't want to give credit to, but as far as integrity goes in this show, we're going to give them credit. The Dodgers, where I moved them up 2 spots from 15 to 13. Still pretty medium team in my perspective. Splitting series with the Diamondbacks. Old man Kershaw, we'll see if he'll last all season. Their lineup, the front of their lineup is pretty strong. We'll have to keep an eye on their pitching. Moving up 6 spots. Number 12 is the Orioles, not based off anything except for they're winning games right now. It's another team. Their bullpen was insane last year. I could probably name 2 players in their lineup and get their names wrong. But they're winning games right now. I got them at the number 12 spot. Drop 2 spots. We have the Seattle Mariners in a slugfest against the Cubs. Eugenio Suarez, shout out to his resurgence. He's just out there hitting dingers. Castillo's doing his thing, but they ran into a tough Cubs team, dropped them 2 spots. Speaking of, we're going to talk about them next. Cracking the top 10 from number 11. The Cubs are good. Wow, they are good. That lineup, man, I talked about all preseason. That lineup, they are good. The Cubs are good. It's sick. The Cardinals were my consensus favorite to win the NL Central preseason. Like I said, they're not hitting the ball yet. Contreras, I don't know. He hasn't woken up yet. And the Cubs are just doing their thing. Shout out to them. Dropping 1 spot to number 9 is the Mets. Nothing's really changed for them. They're still having pitching issues. They got to get that staff healthy. But once they will, I assume we'll put them back in the top five. They'll be winning games. Right now, their lineup is doing what they need to do. And we don't, again, for the integrity of the rankings, we don't base this off of what we think the teams will be. It's what the product is on the field right now. This is also going to ruffle some feathers. So last week, I talked about the Rays not being on my radar, even though they're undefeated. I moved them up 8 spots, and they're number 8. They're not the best team in the MLB. I don't care what any other power rankings, ESPN Sports Center, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't care what anybody says. They're not the best team right now. You insert, obviously, the Yankees, the Guardians, the Mariners. You insert any team into that schedule, and we're having that same conversation right now. I'm not backing the Yankees as the best team in the league based off of that strength of schedule without a single name on that team. The Rays, I want them to lose tonight just to prove a point, but I don't want them to lose tonight. I'm really conflicted right now. Guardians staying at number 7 from number 7. Not really much to talk about there. The Brewers. Brewers went on a heater. I was talking about how their dynamic duo of pitching just hasn't shown up, and it apparently finally has, and they're hitting the ball. Shout out Jesse Winker, got inserted to the lineup, and he showed why he is still Jesse Winker. Moved them up 13 spots from 19 to 6. Shout out to the Brewers. The Rangers, I wanted to move them up. DeGrom gave me a sweat last night. Couldn't cover for us in the first 5. They are hitting the ball. They got some hitters. I love how their DH is in the 8 hole. I bet that's something that more managers will adopt instead of the front of the lineup being so top heavy, which makes sense. So obviously, I'm not going to pretend like anybody watching this show is stupid or doesn't understand baseball, but you want to give your best hitters the most reps, obviously. So you keep them in the front of the lineup. That way, when the late innings come around, 8 and 9, it'll come back around. They'll have more opportunities to get at bats. But you won't need that bottom of the 9th, 1, 2, 3 lineup if your 8 hole is hitting dingers for you in the bottom of the 8th. I like it. And he's a glue guy for him down there. He's taking care of business, man. I like it. Calling homers. Dropping the spot to number 4 from number 3 last week is the Blue Jays. Nothing really to talk about with them. They're still a strong team, beating up on teams that they should be. This one hurt my feelings a little bit. Dropping from the first spot to number 3, the Yankees. They don't have pitching. They don't. And I'll say it for the 4th time. As far as the integrity of the show goes, the product on the field is what we're basing these rankings off of. If they don't have pitching, they're not the best team. They don't have pitching. Jumping 4 spots from number 6 to number 2. And I'm going to take a drink of this Reds cup as I talk about it. Because half of this team is full of former Reds players. You got Tyler Mahle, Sonny Gray on the bumps, Solano hitting, Farmer starting to shortstop. They got half of the best of players from the Reds playing on this team. Shout out to the Minnesota Twins. We got them at 30-1. They're at 25-1 now. I really like them competing in the AL. Best bullpen for sure in the MLB. And they're doing it without some of their better players, man. They got half of their staff out right now, and they're still killing it. Gallo just got put on a 15-day IL. They're doing their thing. That only leaves one team. Shout out to the ATL Braves. I know they burned us on the Padres. Dodd was tipping pitches. Figured that out in the 2nd inning. It is what it is. You can't base the whole team off one game or the whole rankings off one game. Up and down, pitching, lineup, bullpen. The Braves have the best team in the MLB right now, and I don't see them slowing down. I only see them improving, especially if Dodd ever gets that 3rd pitch. He's going to be an insane 3rd man in rotation, 4th man in rotation for them. That wraps us up. Again, shout out to Goodwood, not a presenting sponsor, but the guys gave me a T-shirt, and I told them I will wear it on the episode tonight. That wraps us up. Appreciate everybody watching, listening, telling. If you're following me on Twitter, make sure you hit the sub on YouTube. And if you're following on YouTube, check me out on Twitter. I'm dropping sides, stats, giving opinions out on games, even that I don't bet, reminders, don't bet sweeps, that kind of stuff. Everybody check it out. Hashtag drive across 65. Pineapples don't go on pizza. That is a fact. Appreciate it. Good luck, everybody.